Just north of the Delaware Expressway and east of Broad Street, we find ourselves at Lincoln Financial Field in South Philly. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Philadelphia Eagles. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Check, crunch.
Throwing on first is Wentz. That's caught by Jackson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. An early statement on the game's first play. 18 yards and a first down.
1st and 10 at the 46.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. On the counter now, it's Sanders. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. Touchdown, Philadelphia! Miles Sanders with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Eagles have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jackson on first down. He'll get this one complete to Davis. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opened things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the end routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
First down, Panthers.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Just like that.
Here's Jackson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing again. Jackson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 36. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First down.
Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 35-yard line.
Jackson. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And it's third down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And this play comes to a halt at the 33, and obviously that's well short of the first down. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
Joey Sly on now for the Panthers. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt.
50-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now, seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
He'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forced the incompletion. That'll allow him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Strong right. We got 4. We got 4.
Wentz going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Quez Watkins, the intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To throw, it's Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line.
Intercepted by the Panthers.
And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
Incomplete.
I think we could all understand what they're thinking right now. They take over the ball in field goal range after the turnover, so they've got that in their hip pocket. But they've got to go for the end zone and turn this into bigger points. Their thinking is a touchdown is really what they should get from starting here. Getting 3 points at the end of this drive, that would feel disappointing.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Now Jackson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
10. Hatch it. 46 down, man, 5-4.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns able to run him down for a loss of 12 that time. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Going deep here for Watkins. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly for 6. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
At their own 21-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And a terrific return as he brings this one all the way back to the 30. A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. Here's Sanders. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20.
Lefty. Hey, Ford, Tokyo. Rabbit.
Now Wentz. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Carson Wentz.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, a 14-3 ball game.
Panthers 3.
Defensively, a dime look here. 6 DBs on 3rd and 12.
No surprise at all.
They run here with Jason Huntley. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players now But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And it's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game. They've got to find a way to finish these drives in end zones, not having balls go through goalposts.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. The Eagles get there for the sack. Derek Barnett, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. So now 20 yards to go on 2nd down after the sack. Work to be done. Jackson now. That's going to be caught by Samuel. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Play action. It's Jackson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Fletcher Cox, the former Mississippi State Bulldog, ringing the cowbell there on the sack.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And the Eagles will have it taking over 1st and 10. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. They'll start with a handoff to Sanders. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Ball carrier.
That's a really good gain right there. They pick up 5 yards halfway to a 1st down. The only problem now in the huddle, everyone's going to want to touch the football. Be a lot of chattering now because they've seen that they can move the line of scrimmage.
Mike 58 right there. Tyson. All day, every day, any day. Check
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Sunday. Check 6 guys. Check 99. Check 99. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Huntley. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. Just enough to get the 1st down there with a 1-yard pickup.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
I'm coming. 58's the money. 58's the money.
On 1st down, it's Sanders. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47.
At the 47-yard line.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
Speed is the name of the game when it comes to RPOs, and sometimes you can be a little too quick. Thus, inaccurate, incomplete.
Just let me breathe for a minute, man. Just let me breathe for a minute. Just let me breathe.
The Eagles on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Now Wentz. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns and 21 points.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Panthers 3.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he returns this to the 22.
On the return. The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Back to the air, Jackson following the pick 6. And finding Davis here, the tight end. A gain of 6 there on first.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down. Close there. He caught it, just wasn't able to stay in bounds.
And that's where the sideline, it was used as a 12th defender. You know, 11's legal. This one is an imaginary one that my college coach used to call Sammy Sideline. Sammy Sideline can protect you at times, and in this case, that's exactly what he did for the defenders. One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders, and he'll take this inside the 30 to about the 29, maybe the 28-yard line.
Derek Brown on the stop.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down and 6.
You don't want none, baby. You don't want none. Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want it.
They'll run it here with Huntley. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. Now they'll set up the screen to Huntley. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Ball on the 8, 2nd and 2.
Watch the screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Hey, 58 is a mic. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
A quick throw into the hands of Rager. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4.
That's good for an Eagles.
And we're going to get a timeout.
1st and goal.
With 2 seconds remaining in the 2nd quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll be out right at the 35. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. Those are the type of runs that we did not see from him in the first half, but a good start to the 3rd quarter.
And I know what everyone's thinking that's watching this. They did a great job adjusting at the half. Oftentimes you don't make adjustments. You just dial into your game plan a little bit better, and maybe they're starting to make some headway.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Now it's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he makes it all the way down to the 13-yard line. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. The 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a 1st and goal. So a decent deficit at this stage in the second half. 4-down territory?
No doubt about it. There's not a chance that he hasn't looked ahead and said, okay, if we gain yardage on this play, this is what we'll do going forward. If we lose yardage, this is the play call that I'll have ready.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers, they're able to draw a bit closer. This feels like something we'd see more commonly, CD, in a college game. They give it to the receiver down here in the red zone, but it winds up successful.
Yeah, partner, I think you'd think it's less likely to find running space to the edge down here close to the end zone where things are so condensed. But a lot of times you end up focusing on the running backs, and they're able to slip it to the receiver, and it resulted in a touchdown.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Over 1st and 10.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. And Sanders with a carry on 1st down as he picks his way forward for a gain of 5.
Nice satisfying run on 1st down for the offense, picking up 5, which means defensively, the thought process is entirely different. You don't want to panic, but at the same time, you're saying to each other, we've got to tighten this down. We can't give up gains like that.
It's a party now. It's a party now. 58 to Mike. 58.
Another run with Sanders. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
On 1st down, Sanders. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. P.J. Hall there to make the tackle.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
58, right over there, yeah.
And all this is taken him one-handed. What a catch. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Jalen Reagor with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half that's getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
At their own 25-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
The ball carrier.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
He's going to look deep for more, and that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Back to the ground on 1st, it's McCaffrey. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 41-yard line.
2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Philadelphia, PA. They go play action now. Jackson. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. Working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open.
Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Avonte Maddox. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Boy, so another interception, CD, and it feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his 2nd season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. He'll fire it deep. He's got a man, complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line.
That's good.
It's a big play there for the Eagles. And even 40 yards. So 1st and 10. And if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material. Wentz on the give to Sanders. And a pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
26, Miles Sanders.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down. That fits the bill.
2nd and 3.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3.
It's our field. Hey, it's our house. Hey, check my...
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanders. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
Wentz going to try and throw on 3rd. Open man, it's Rager. He's got it. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Strip that ball. Mike 20, Mike 20, Mike 20. Here we go.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Watkins, the intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here, and obviously the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some first downs, just as good as running the football. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They're in a pretty good spot right now with a convincing lead. I think this is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. Now Wentz on 3rd down. And this is intercepted, but they'll say out of bounds. So very close to a turnover. They're in the end zone. And the coach has decided to throw the red flag. He will challenge this play.
Jake Elliott on for the field goal. A 24-yard attempt.
Well, he challenged the play. It did not pay off.
And that means he lost a timeout in that challenge.
And as a coach, you hate that. Don't know if you took the advice of the player. You threw it yourself, but it didn't go your way.
At the end of the day, it all comes back to the head coach. He has the final determination on whether to actually challenge the play or not. In this case, it didn't pay off for him.
And that's got to be so heartbreaking. You throw that flag, you probably feel really confident, and then all of a sudden, boom, you lose the challenge.
Yeah, when you take a look at it, you're throwing that flag because you believe you're going to be right. And when it comes back the other way, you have to regroup.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive.
54, Mike 54. Go. Go.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards.
1st down, Carolina.
Let's go. 60 Bison. 60 Bison. Watch 54. Let's go, Heavy. Let's go, Heavy. Heavy, what you got? What you got, Heavy? What you got, Heavy? Give me some. Give me some. Here we go. Here we go.
Now Jackson on first down. His throw incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, but it'll be second down.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there. 54, Mike. I got you, punk.
To throw again. Jackson winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
On 3rd down, Jackson taking a shot for Samuel. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
They certainly have the right read on that one. The weak spot in a cover 2 defense, right down the middle, because it really stresses the safeties. And they're going to be a little bit frustrated they weren't able to connect on that one.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. That's to his running back, complete. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position.
Hey, they're scared. They're scared. Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 to the mic.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Sanders. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's an Eagles 1st down on a gain of 11.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
38-yard line.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11.
Hey. 58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. This 5-7. I got you, son.
Wentz now to throw. He'll fire it deep for Rager. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. 3 touchdown passes now for Carson Wentz. And this offense is running away with this one. So another score there, and often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep, and this one hasn't.
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Jackson on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's moves.
Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Derek Barnett, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Panthers on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This will be a tough 3rd and 18. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return, and that will come the offense as they take over.
48-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? Best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions because the game certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remote's clicking off right now.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
I don't think you got it, son. Hey, Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch a slant, watch a slant, watch a slant.
On first down, Sanders. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Sanders. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Elliott good on the extra point. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Calais on the return. The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on. Get it done.
And this will be caught at the 30. And he gets all the way down to the 30-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 42 yards. So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for first and 10. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. Able to fall on it, but look where they recovered it. That's a big loss.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
So they keep the football, but now face second and long. A big offensive explosion help leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for Philadelphia, they continue to cruise through this first